Hey, wish I could be there, but Palm Desert's just a little out of the way for Connecticut, so a video message will have to do. Um, I'm sure most of you know Mark as a family man, dedicated husband and father, successful business executive, perhaps as an Air Force officer. I'd like to tell a little anecdote before he was any of those things. There is a tradition, a rite of passage, if you will, among a certain subset of Stanford students to have a drink before you graduate from a bar called the Glo Worm. And by subset of Stanford students, of course, I mean guys. And out of that subset, guys who are idiots, which was where we come in. So spring semester, first or second day of class, this is it. We're going to go to the Glo Worm for breakfast because the Glo Worm has happy hour from 7 to 9 a.m. This is this quality of bar we're talking about here. To call this a dive bar would be an insult to all dive bars. Is there such a thing as an abyss bar? Because that would be more appropriate. This is a Quonset hut, I think is the term, a windowless, like aluminum structure on the side of the 101 freeway with a comical neon martini glass as their logo, when it would be much more appropriate to have like a liver as their logo, I guess. We decide on this lovely spring morning, this is it. Get to the Glo Worm right in time for the 7 a.m. happy hour. Walk into this dark, whatever you want to call it, dungeon of a bar. There's a few things that are probably people, perhaps trolls in the corner. No one actually at the bar, I don't believe. Memory's a little hazy on this point. We sit down and, of course, hey, it's breakfast time. Let's have screwdrivers. That's the healthy option. Bartender comes over with a voice 1 week probably from having the cancer kazoo. It's like, how you boys doing this morning? And we're like, oh, fine. You guys from Stanford? Yeah. How they treat you over there? Good. Can you please stop talking? 3 screwdrivers, my good man. Proceeds to take the vodka from the shelf. I'm not going to say top shelf or bottom shelf because this place was all bottom shelf. It was, I think, Wolf Schmidt and Popoff were the premium selections. Lines up 3 glasses, some ice, proceeds to pour. Do. Almost to the top of rot gut vodka and then little splashes of orange juice. We're looking at each other like, whoa, okay. We have our first screwdriver. Burning sensation. Granted, now it's about 7:15 in the morning. Let's have another. Let's switch it up because it's not exactly fresh squeezed orange juice. Let's move over. Let's Bloody Mary, another fine selection. Okay, Bloody Marys. Pours them for us. Similar thing, about 5 ounces of vodka, a little splash of tomato juice, and we're sucking these down. Observing the bar, there's mystery things behind the bar, like jars of pickled stuff. I think there was some kind of eggs and then some kind of like weird bratwursty thing. It was very dark, very like there's no way anybody's actually going to eat that. A guy comes in, and this is the crowd for this place. Just a dude on his way to work. Looks clean cut, middle-aged guy. Sits down at the end of the bar. Double Bloody Mary, please. Oh. Bartender takes out a goblet, like Viking size, pours this thing, got to be 10 ounces of vodka. Again, the splash of it. And we're watching this guy like, holy shit, we got to have one of those. What time is it? We got time for one more beverage. Comes down. 3 double bloodies, please. Bartender says, we call that the jumbo. Okay, 3 jumbos. Drink these things. Now it's, well, we have to get to class. It's got to be, getting towards 9. whatever time, stagger out into the bright sunlight. Mark and I have 9 o'clock class that we're going to go to, separate classes. Our other amigo who's driving, let's not get into that, says, I'll go get breakfast for us because we all have the same 10 o'clock class. I go to my 9 o'clock class. I don't know how I get there. I had notes later, which were indecipherable hieroglyphics. Was this me? I wrote this. We all end up at the same 10 o'clock class. Our friend with breakfast, a box of Entenmann's chocolate donuts and a 6-pack of Bud Talls, because this is what we need after 20 ounces of rot gut vodka, is more alcohol. We're sitting in class in this big lecture hall, and the professor is a guy that we all had the previous quarter. It wasn't a prereq class. We all just happened to have already had him. And he's trying to get a feel for if anybody knows the certain topic. So he asks a question like, does anyone know how you would solve this particular problem? By just the miracle, the three of us, the three drunks, are the only ones who know this. So we're raising our hands like Horshack from Welcome Back, Kotter. Oh! Rest of the class, including people we know, we're all chuckling like there's no way the three drunks have any idea what they're doing. Everyone can see us drinking beer. I'll take this one. The Wagner-Witten algorithm. Oh, very good. Whole class turns around like, what the? Again, another question. You take this one. Get it right. So now everyone's like, who are the three drunks who know all the answers that no one else knows? Professor sees us drinking, gives us a little thumbs up as he sees us all with a beer. At one point, dead quiet in class, and somebody kicks over one of the empty beers, which proceeds to roll down the staircase. Everyone can hear it. Somehow we make it through that. I have another class at 11 o'clock that was this wacky professor who taught outside on a grassy embankment. I lasted 7 seconds before passing out. Had a headache for probably the next 24 hours. I don't even know what happened to my amigos. And that was what Mark was doing before going to defend our country in the Air Force and getting married and having kids and having a career and being able to retire. He was at the, alas, now defunct Glo Worm.